talked about sports that you're into on this Football Friday. We were talking about WNBA. Who doesn't love a little stock car racing? And Jason Gatelaro joins us from NASCAR Canada. Welcome back to the program, Jason. How are you, man?
Thank you, Rod. Very good. Yourself?
Oh, fantastic. NASCAR began in Florida. Did you know that? That's where I am, just so you know. Yeah.
Okay.
I would think working for NASCAR Canada, you would know that. I looked it all up. So we are big NASCAR fans down here, and you're at NASCAR Canada heading into a very big weekend. Maybe we should start there.
Yeah, massive weekend, actually. So we have the finale in Montmagny, which is a short oval track. And we have 3 drivers that could win the championship at that finale. So we have the 96, Camiran. We have the 74, Lacroix, and Ranger, the 27. All really, really fun guys to watch on the track. And each one of them could win the championship at this race.
Can you talk about the road to get here, if you don't mind?
Yeah, it's been a great road. It's been a lot of fun, a lot of chaos on the track, to be honest. It was a very entertaining year. Those 3 boys that I just mentioned, who I kind of like, I love the fight game, so I kind of see like Camiran as a Mike Tyson in his prime, a Lacroix as a GSP, and a Ranger as like a Muhammad Ali. They all have their different styles. But they, amongst everybody else, we had 60 drivers this year who competed. Amongst everybody else, really put on a hell of a show, and I'm expecting something like what we saw in Edmonton in Montmagny, which was it's not good for the finances, but it's good for the crowd. It was a very very chaotic, kind of smashy kind of race, and it was a lot of fun to watch. I'm expecting the same thing in Montmagny.
It's interesting you say that, because I used to be one of those guys that thought it was just a bunch of cars going around and around and around. And then I went to it. Whoa. That's not what it is. I see what everybody loves. And let me just back up for a second. Your français est très bien. Where's that from? Because you got a Mexican name. What's your deal?
No, I'm Italian. My dad's Italian, my mom's Irish, but I grew up in Montreal.
Okay.
So a little bit of French, a little bit of English, a little bit of Italian. I mean, in my neighborhood, we were all one of those. We all had Italian dads and Irish moms, but yeah.
Hey, listen. Oh, dude, I get that so much. Franco Milo, the Milo family from football, Joey Alfieri from the Alouettes, Randy Chevrier, all from that same. It's just a melting pot, as you say. Italian, French. It's all great. I should have recognized that dialect. So, what is it? Because down here, I say, NASCAR was invented in Florida. I've gone over the whole. Once I fell in love with it, I got to learn everything about it. And it's been several years since I have. How would you explain the hook for people? Because I see your crowds are just massive for NASCAR Canada. They're clearly into it.
Yeah, we've had this year, every race has been sold out or over capacity except for 3, which were kind of on the outskirts. Like Newfoundland didn't have quite as many people, Saskatoon, but otherwise, I'd say just go to the track. There's nothing, there's nothing that can move you like seeing it live. I myself have 2 young kids, and they think it's cool to watch it on TV, but when they get to the track, it's absolutely exhilarating. And I think one of the beautiful things about NASCAR is how accessible it is, right? So especially NASCAR Canada, fans can go into pit lane, they can meet the drivers, they can meet the teams, they can have a chat with them before the race. And I don't think many elite sports give you the opportunity as a fan to do that. And I think it's a beautiful thing for our sport,
I can actually tell you none of those leagues do that. Not one. So that is the exact experience that I experienced when I started going to stock car racing, was exactly that. It was all welcoming. Everybody's like, come on in. Anybody could go meet the drivers. It wasn't because I was special, because I was the media guy or anything like that. I'm just reading the comments from the viewers here. They're all excited about this. Sure. So you mentioned kind of real fast where the track is this weekend. Where is it specifically?
So it's called Montmagny, Quebec. It's about an hour away from Quebec City. Small little
Oh,
town. You know what I've found though. This is my first year at NASCAR, right? And what I've experienced is that these smaller venues, these smaller kind of cities that we go to, are just so full of charisma and passion. And like, in I use Edmonton as an example because I think it was an amazing race. And again, we had that battle between Ranger, Lacroix, and Camiran. I mean, it was a standing ovation. The crowd was absolutely ridiculous. So the big venues like Toronto, CTMP, Three Rivers are a lot of fun, but it's just a different vibe when you're in those small little 5,000 attendance type of crowds, and it's really a lot of fun. And again, it's the sport. It's a sport where a husband can tell his wife, okay, let's bring the kids because it is family friendly. And everybody can kind of get out and go together, and the wifey doesn't get stuck with the kids for a whole day while he's out playing golf or something.
it is a great family event for sure. So, what's the biggest crowd you guys had in Canada this year?
I would have to say Three Rivers. So Three Rivers is actually the oldest street course in North America, established in 1967, if I'm not mistaken. And over the weekend, I mean, there's got to be 150,000 people there. And I'm being conservative. Yeah, so there's a lot of people. And Dom Fougère, who runs that event, is absolutely brilliant. I mean, I think it's, that along with CTMP, I think are the crown jewels of our series. And they do a really, really good job. And it's cool to see the contrast, from a small little oval track, half a mile, whatever it is, to something like Three Rivers or CTMP, different crowds, different type of racing. And I think that's another cool thing about our sport. We have the street tracks, we have the pavement ovals, and we have the dirt oval in Oswego, Ontario, all of which, puts different types of stress on the drivers, different type of stress on the cars, and puts on a different type of show. But my personal favorite as a fan is definitely the short track oval, and we're going to have a extremely high car count in Montmagny this weekend, which means it'll be crowded, there'll be some traffic, and there'll be some shoulders rubbing.
Well, I went to a dirt track in Estevan, Saskatchewan last month, looked around, jammed. I'm like, they're doing it right. People love this. We're kind of up against it for time. What we need to get out there, Jason? What would you like people to know?
Well, I just, if you can get out there, I think it's going to be, like I said, I don't know that we've ever been in a position where the top three guys are fighting for the championship at the last race. So any one of those three guys that I mentioned could win. And I just think it's going to be a really, really exciting race. And I guess in closing, I'd say we did some work on the schedule for next season, and we have some really, really, really exciting venues and races coming up. So stay tuned for next season. I think it's going to be even better than this one.
Well, keep us in the loop. Pardon the pun.
Absolutely.
Have a good weekend, man. Thanks for coming on.
Thank you, brother. You too.
Jason Gatelaro from NASCAR Canada. It's going to be a lot of fun.